Activision devs do not play their own game.
3,000 devs can't figure out how to add a reconnect feature to a AAA title, I guess. I don't know.
Because Infinity Ward doesn't tell their consumers anything.
Maybe that'll take some of the sweats away from Shoot House.
You can cope about that, for sure.
Thanks for tweeting, at least. Thanks for doing more than Infinity Ward has done. They just...
We got a couple words. Why don't you kick it off, Tanner?
This is going to be a longer section than the first part you guys heard.
Change it, obviously, of course. Sorry about that. I muted some of the intro songs, so if you're listening and you're confused, that was my fault.
I was confused, yeah.
Yeah. I have one
I'm
mute
listening
button.
And I'm confused.
One mute button mutes everything. One just mutes my own mic. Anyways, we are live. Welcome, boys and girls, to the Dropshot Call of Duty Podcast, episode number 388. My name is Casey, also known as Razinon. And today I am joined by a fellow social media savant, Tanner.
Okay.
We're both social media savants. And we are just maximizing engagement on the apps.
Yeah.
Just maximizing it. Now, I'm excited about this. Tanner sounds less excited. Are you not excited about this?
Well, I mean, it's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm not excited. Yeah. How many followers have we gotten from it? Like 10.
We've lost followers, yeah.
That's the thing. It's you get a bunch of hate comments, which does get you more views, but no one follows or cares, yeah.
It's still worth it.
Our TikTok has 170 comments, but 75 likes, yeah.
Oh, no.
Nah, little bros say caveman players are the ones that bitch, though. Nah.
YouTube, our ratio's a lot better. We had like 300 likes and like 6,000 views when I checked. That's a better ratio, but still not great. The comment ratio is not great in either place, though. Yeah. A lot of people mad about the TikTok we posted. Did you post the same one I did or a different one?
I don't. I have no idea.
Probably a different one, yeah. Yeah.
Mine was one of you talking about how if people have basically never played another game but COD, they don't realize how strong aim assist is and how much it's helping them. That was the one I posted.
Yeah, I think I posted a different one.
There are like 4 of them that are kind of similar, though. Yeah, people will be mad at all of them.
Yeah, we're basically out of hours, so I said we'll make a lot of clips out of this, which we did. So, anyways, welcome to the show. Today is Saturday. In the past week, virtually nothing has happened with respect to Call of Duty, and we haven't done a Q&A in a while, so that's what we're gonna do today. Now, fair warning to those of you listening, if you only listen for Call of Duty content, you might want to skip this one, because a lot of questions we get asked are not related to Call of Duty. A lot of them are, but a lot of them are not. So this will not be a strictly Call of Duty focused episode like you are perhaps used to or hoping to hear. I don't know what this episode's going to be about. Depends on the questions that are asked. If you want to ask your own questions, by the way, join the Discord. It's linked. Anyone can join. There's a Q&A questions channel. You can ask a question in there, and we might answer it in a future Q&A episode. It's possible. Now, before we get started, just one real announcement. For our Damascus patrons, our behind the scenes is now live. You can go listen to that if you want. It was a pretty good one, pretty solid. Talked a lot about Christmas, our adventures. I am looking for trivia board game recommendations, by the way, because we got Trivial Pursuit and that is entirely too difficult. So if anyone has some, please let me know. And yeah, that episode's now live. That's all of our Patreon episodes for this month. Next month, Patreon's going to be spicy red hot. Probably don't expect any bonus episodes until season 1 reloaded, unless that comes very late, which I don't think it does. I think we're going to get season 1 reloaded like right in the middle of January, we will make all of our excuse me. We will make all of our bonus episodes after that point because we want to keep them as topical and relevant as possible. So yeah, couple things to keep in mind there. And then lastly, if you're here live, this is for you. If you super chat $5 or more with a question, you can skip the line and we will at least read it instantly. We might not answer it, but we'll at least acknowledge that you did it live. And you'll skip the line. So if anyone's here live and you want to do that, or you want to be here live for the next one, you can do that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. With that, let's head on over to the Discord Q&A questions channel and see what we got. And I'm already scrolling, so we're not off to a great start.
What do you mean?
Okay, what's the first question?
You don't like the pinned message?
What is the pinned message?
Who is without a doubt the worst human being you know that you've met in real life?
Okay, we can answer that, I guess.
My brother-in-law. Next question.
Got it. Yeah, no, I don't know.
Not Chris. The other one. Awful person, yeah. Cop, by the way.
I don't know. I feel like we just answered this recently. That's part of the reason I skipped it.
Maybe you pinned the message like that we answered last, because I also thought we answered this, or he asked it in
both channels. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's take a peek.
Worst human being I know that I've met in real life. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't usually get to know like horrible human beings. There are people,
like anyone at your high school.
Yeah.
It's somebody you went to college with.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'm tempted to say Cody, the guy we both know.
Great answer. That's a great answer.
Like, actually.
It's not as personal to me, but he really is one of the biggest piles of dog poop I've met. Yeah. He's not a great person at all. In fact, he's a horrible person and he's a really bad person. Yeah.
I've only heard bad things. I don't know. I know him even less well than you do, but I've only heard
crashes friends' cars,
bad things about him.
Is racist.
And when I have met him a couple times, he was like pretty weird and I believed everything. And we were at a party once years ago. I don't know where we were, but he randomly started throwing stuff in the pool of the person's party we were at. And it was like, why are you doing that? Why would you just go to someone's house who's hosting a party and throw stuff in the pool? Like, he took like a planter and just threw it in the pool. And it was like, okay. It wasn't like funny or interesting. Yep. It was just like a dick move. I was like, what?
Yeah.
This is so weird. And then I heard the drunk driving story and I was like, I would have lost my mind if I was in that car. I was very glad I was not there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Just like, I can't believe like Ben and it was mostly Ben and kind of Joey. I don't think Gabe really liked them too much. But I never understood it. Whenever he would be at things, you know, he's one of those people where like if you're going to something, you kind of just like throw it out there like, "Oh, who's coming?" And if they say that person's name, in my head I'm already thinking, "I'm not going. I won't be there." Yeah. That's why I didn't go to any of their parties always, cuz he would be there with his douchebag friends. They were insane, like you said, just doing random dumb shit. Like, why? So, yeah.
I think he like pissed in something too, like not the toilet. Just weird. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, that's probably
his wife
it.
cheats on him, so it's cool.
Yeah, she sure does. Moving on. Let's see. What is the next one?
No, Shipment would not be a good gulag map.
Yeah, Shipment would not be a good gulag map.
God for Shipment, no.
Yeah, no, it
Too many
wouldn't be.
pieces of cover, too many little angles, square. I don't know. I just don't think it'd be very good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we're all the way down to the food question at 9:30. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I was considering this Ukraine question. Elijah asked if Tanner and I think the United States government should be spending more, less, or the same on the Ukrainian-Russian war. And I don't know, man. That is way outside of I don't have a strong opinion on it. I don't know enough about it. This is a thing that I wish a lot of people, most people, frankly, I meet, should learn, which is this. Just because there's some big thing happening or something everyone's talking about doesn't mean you, right? Shift lead at Starbucks needs to have an opinion on it. Hey, you can just not have an opinion because you don't know enough. That's okay. I wish more people were this way. I'm this way, I like to think. Sometimes I'll say a strong opinion about something I don't know enough about for funsies, right? But if I'm being genuine, this is a perfect example. It's like, dude, I don't have an opinion because I have no idea. I don't know what's going on. I know roughly like it's bad if Russia takes Ukraine because then he gets close to like NATO countries or something. I don't know, dude. I don't have an opinion. And I also have no conception of how much $110 billion is, which is a figure here. Is that a lot or is that nothing? I actually don't know with respect to our federal budget. Doesn't matter. Well, it does matter a lot actually, but I don't know. I'm not the guy. And I'll venture to speak for Tanner and say he doesn't know either. So anyway, be okay with not having an opinion on things. Anyways. And the Fed, I do have a strong opinion on that though. Taxation is theft. Don't tread on me. Okay, let's see. This is a good one. It's before your question from Hurricane. What are your top 3 priorities for changes in the MW3 Warzone experience? Now, this was asked in September before the game launched. So probably all top 3 of the priorities I would have said at the time have been met. But let's assume he's asking right now. What would be your top 3 priorities of things you want to change in MW3/Warzone? And by MW3/Warzone, I mean Warzone.
It would have been at the time faster movement, better mobility, less visual recoil, and I don't know what the other thing would have been at that time. I don't remember. What was
about
the other
now,
big
though?
One?
I think that's the more interesting question.
Like,
you could
what would I
3
change
things right now? Yeah.
with the game right now?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't think we honestly need any major changes. Like the only change I would want, it was 150 players and the game would be a battle royale instead of battle resurgence like we have. But like that's never happening, so that doesn't matter. But that would be by far my number 1 choice to turn it back into a BR again. We're gonna have like 4 resurgence maps. I have
a couple good ones that I think
player resurgence.
You'll agree with. Yeah, I agree with you. I have a couple things on that topic. I don't know in what particular order, and this might be a little more than 3, but here are the things I would change, okay? People dive bombing need to be louder. Like a shotgun blast has just fired in my kitchen in real life. That's how loud I want people diving and parachuting in the game to be. Parachuting is not loud enough, although you can hear it, but people can parachute so late that it barely matters most of the time. So the diving needs to be like a whistle, like loud, super loud, way louder. That would be one thing. If you get bought back or you win the gulag or you use your redeploy pack, we'll get to that. Give me a minute. You come back with a pistol only. That's it. No more coming back because you got bought late game with an SVA with a 45 round mag and a red dot on it. That is insane. This is really dumb. Change it. Every time you get bought back or win a gulag, you come back into Warzone with a pistol always. That would be another thing I would change. Let's see. And then, yeah, make it less resurgency. So remove redeploy packs and add players, or remove flares and add players, or do all that and make the matches a little slower so I'm not constantly tack sprinting to barely escape gas. Those would be a couple things, I would say. If I sat down and thought about it a little more, I could make a list of priorities in order, but those are big ones. I think honestly, the first thing I would do is, if you get bought back, you only have a pistol. I think that's like a huge problem. And it's not that it's like super common, like you're not going to experience that problem every match. But every time you do experience it and die to someone who got rewarded for you killing him and then being bought back, or even worse, he was lucky enough to find a redeploy pack earlier, that's outrageous to me. That's obscene. So that would probably be the first thing. Or people diving being way louder. Those two are very close in terms of priorities for me. But the game's in a great spot. So, yeah. Anyway. Let's see. Next is from Steel Switch. Rank the following pies. Okay. Lemon meringue, Boston cream, cherry, pecan, and pumpkin.
Are we going to throw the apple in there that Chris added? I think we do have to. What are your thoughts?
And apple, yeah, you're absolutely right. I didn't notice that. Yeah, and apple. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's okay. Hold on. What exactly is a Boston cream pie?
Never had it. Sounds awful.
That's what I'm saying.
Never had it. What is just a plain? But I've seen it, and it sounds awful.
Cream pie.
It looks like Cool Whip on top of like.
Is a cake crust made with cream filling that.
This is live Halo Daycare. Don't let these people bully you. Okay.
Well, he deserves it.
Super chat $5 if you want to ask a question, by the way.
Yeah, this doesn't sound good. Doesn't look. I've never had this. This must be like a regional thing. We do not have this here. No one has ever came to a.
I've never seen one in
party.
Real life. Yeah,
I've never seen one.
Yeah, that's true.
When I think of like Boston cream pie, I think of a donut actually. So I don't know. So that's just automatically last because I don't know what it is basically. Number 1, I'm going pumpkin. Number 2, I'm probably going apple. Apple and cherry are a little close. Oh, lemon. It's good though too. Lemon
meringue is good.
This is kind of hard because so here's the hard thing about this question. None of these are like amazing. They're all just pretty good, you know? So that makes it a little bit harder to rank because they're all similar. None of them, they're not my favorite.
Pumpkin pie is a cut above, to be clear.
Yeah, pumpkin is my number 1 for sure. Pumpkin, and then I'm probably going apple, then cherry, then probably lemon meringue, then probably banana cream, and then pecan. But even then, like pecan's my last, I'll still eat it. I enjoy some pecan pie. A lot of them are pretty bad, but I've had some really good ones. So all of these desserts are decent.
Interesting. Yeah,
that list could go a lot of different ways. That's a harder one to make because they're all middling.
Yeah. So pumpkin's obviously number 1. Apple's number 2, pretty clearly. I'm allergic to pecans, so I can't eat it. So that's last for me. Let's see. I don't like cherries either, so that's toward the bottom. So I guess banana cream by default, and then Boston cream by default, and then cherries, and then pecan. Yeah. But I'm not a huge pie guy, though, to be clear. So.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I like a chocolate silk, you would call it. A chocolate silk pie.
If we're putting chocolate in pie, just eat some freaking cake. That's my opinion on chocolate in pies.
They're so different. That's insane.
They're different, but chocolate cake's better.
No,
so
it's not. It's the exact opposite.
Is.
Chocolate pie is so much better.
That's
crazy.
I want
that's crazy.
Fruit or vegetable, I guess, in my pie.
Okay, we'll go to the next question because you're already pissing me off. So keep moving.
Let's see. Are you Distortion? What are 5 of your favorite metal bands, and what are 5 of your favorite bands from other genres? It's a weird separation, but
I've stopped answering music questions a year and a half ago. You can answer this one though. You like metal bands, man.
I do like metal bands, yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, no particular order. Atom Ship is my number. Well, here's some particular.
Atom Ship. No particular order, and then here's my number 1.
Sure. There are some other ones outside of this that I can't rank really. I'd have to think about it. But number 1 is Atom Ship. ATOMSHIP. It's my favorite metal band. It's my favorite band. Period. They only did one album, but it's such a good album. And then other ones in the top 5, probably Megadeth, probably Tool, probably Metallica, and Mastodon, I would say. You'd have to rank the other 4 though, and I'd have to think about it more. But those would be in my top 5. Top 5 bands from other genres. I don't have a top 5 from other genres. Yeah, no. I don't listen to bands unless they're metal bands. I just don't. So
why did Atom Ship only make 1 album? What's with that?
I hate them. I don't know.
When did this come out?
20 years ago, probably. I think it was 2002.
So they all probably just died of drug overdose.
One of them has since died of a drug overdose, actually, yes. I think it was probably that. It was they weren't hugely commercially successful or anything, although they did have a song on the Punisher movie. I don't know if you remember that from when we were kids. But that and drugs probably or something. I don't know. I looked into it once, but it was just kind of like a dumb thing. They kind of planned on it and then they didn't. And then I don't know, whatever. I hate it though. Because I was hopeful 10 years ago, they would talk about they're making a new album. I was so excited and then they just never did it. So Atom Ship. So anyways, next is Steel Switch. I'll let Tanner answer this one. Rank these nuts as if you were eating them whole. You can include flavored alternatives. Almonds, walnuts, macadamia nuts, pistachios, and cashews. To be clear,
so we're talking.
I'm allergic to every single one of these things. Violently allergic. So that's why I will not be answering.
And after we answer this, we have a super chat for you to answer as well.
Got it.
So yeah, number 1, definitely pistachios, because pistachios you get the good flavors of them. They make a bunch of different flavors of those. So that's definitely number 1, pistachios. Number 2, man. Oh man. Almonds are too hard. I kind of want to put them at number 2, but they're so hard, man. They kind of break your teeth at times, I swear. So I'm probably going pistachios, cashews, however you feel like saying it. Then almonds, then macadamia nuts, and then walnuts. Walnuts are, not great.
Interesting.
Yeah, pistachios for sure the number 1, far and away, and it's not close at all.
Okay. It makes sense if they make those flavored more often.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you're talking about, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, by the way, if you're listening and so if you listen to Tool and you like the band Tool, you will love the band Atom Ship. ATOMSHIP, one word. Go look it up. Like the atom bomb, Atom Ship. Such a good album. You will absolutely love it if you like Tool, particularly. Such a good album. And if you do listen to it and like it, let me know your thoughts. If you're only going to listen to one song, listen to the song Mothra. It's probably the best song on that album, I would say. Anyways, we got a live super chat. Skipping the line Old Drexler. My son is allergic to tree nuts also. Help me out. What is the trickiest food to watch out for? Yeah, so I'm allergic to tree nuts. So, by the way, if someone says they're allergic to tree nuts, they are not allergic to peanuts. They might also be allergic to peanuts, but peanuts are not tree nuts. Peanuts are legumes. So I can eat peanuts fine, but I am very allergic to tree nuts. So that's, yeah, almonds, walnuts, macadamia nuts, pistachios, cashews. There are other ones too. There are other tree nuts that I can't think of right now. But anyway, a lot. It's a lot. The trickiest food you have to watch out for is desserts. Because in like pecan pie, obviously avoid that. But pecans, there's one. But there are a lot of desserts, like baklava has some kind of tree nut in it. So you got to be careful about, well, you could never eat baklava. It always has tree nuts in it. There's one. Pesto, most of the time, does not have tree nuts in it. They use pine nuts. Sometimes, which I learned recently, they use cashews instead. So be careful about pesto. Although little kids don't like pesto probably, so that's not a big deal. But I would say mainly it's desserts where I like look twice. I'm like, okay, does this cake have nut, or this ice cream or cookie? Cookies, a lot of cookies will have nuts in them. And obviously, boxes of chocolates, got to be very careful. See's can't, if there's a box of See's candy, I promise you I'm allergic to something in there every time.
Oh, wow.
I promise. And yeah, so you got to know what you're dealing with.
I'm not sure you'd be allergic to the box I have right now, the goated box. I'll be honest, man. I think you can eat the whole thing. It's a rare box.
Yeah, that's true. That one looked like I could eat a lot of it. That's a good point. Yeah. But it's mainly desserts. I don't know if there's like, I can't think of very many foods that have nuts in them like this. It's usually like chocolate and like cakes and stuff like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And by the way, here's a pro tip for you, Drexler. If you're shopping at the store, so maybe you want to make pesto at something with pesto at home. This is for everyone with any food allergies. If you're in the United States, God bless America. If you live somewhere else, move to the United States to avoid your food allergies, first of all.
Well.
But if you live in the United States, the FDA recently, I think, has made it a law where if you look at the list of ingredients on a package of something, it'll list all the ingredients. And then underneath that, it will be in bold letters and it'll say contains, things that people are commonly allergic to. So it'll say like contains cashews or contains peanuts or contains egg whites or whatever common allergies are. So you could do a quick little check. And if there's nothing bold underneath the list of ingredients, you don't have to sit there like a butthole reading each and every thing to wonder if there's a tree nut in it. There isn't. Because if there was, it would be in bold letters underneath all the ingredients. So for anyone with a common food allergy, there's something for you. But yeah, desserts. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. Very much appreciate it. Wow. Oh, I appreciate it. Okay, anyway.
Stop.
Let's see. Jitsi, why does Raz say asked instead of ass? Example, an entire asked game mode. It's funnier. It's funnier if I say a whole asked game mode than a whole ass game mode. I don't know why, but it makes me laugh more. So
I don't know if I agree with you there, but if it makes you laugh, go ahead, buddy.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
I'm giving you permission.
All right, got it. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Distortion, what do you think of the map Satellite from Cold War? It was one of my favorites, but I guess not great for competitive. I liked fighting on the sand dunes. Question,
this is that desert map. If you guys don't remember exactly, it's the one that was in the Cold War beta, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. Yes. Swag
so
dropped
the issue with
it.
beta maps for me,
and then Doug stole my tweet about it.
What?
We'll get into it. Go ahead.
Okay. Once the game launches, you're kind of sick of the beta maps usually, so you like them less. So looking back, I remember hating Satellite a lot at the time. But now when I think about it, I'm like, it was actually a pretty decent map. Like, Satellite was a better map. Yeah, actually, this is probably what we thought back then, too. Satellite was not a great map, but it was still better than almost every single map in Modern Warfare 2019. Like, it's better than 75% of them. Because Cold War had a lot of great maps. So I think it was fun. Very visually pleasing, which I liked. Bright, sunlight. I like the desert theme when it's bright and easy to see things, and that was. A lot of cover, a lot of little divots. Only issues I would say with that map were snipers, how they can get on a little heady and just destroy you, because snipers were very, very good in that game.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I liked Satellite.
Even just looking at these screenshots, though, it's a cute little map.
It was fun fighting like at mid by that car, because there were sand dunes, so there was cover and elevation, which I always enjoy. Like, I really like fighting in Warzone when there are no buildings, but it's just a bunch of like rolling hills.
Exactly.
Like, if you think of like Verdansk east of Fire Station, east of the easternmost fire station, dead center north-south, there's a bunch of hills, just nothing but hills over there.
Yeah.
Those are fun fights because you like peek up the hill, try and get some shots on, retreat back in, sink in. Those are really cool. And Satellite has that vibe a lot. But then there's hardcover too, toward mid and like some of the rocks. I thought it was a good map. And Cold War had a lot of good maps. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Too bad it had LMGs and snipers with aim assist.
Very strong aim assist on the sniper.
And no flinch also. The worst design decision, I think. Well, never mind. A bad design decision. Anyways, let's move on here. This is an interesting question from Jitsi. Thoughts on camo challenges being tied to things like 10 minutes on hardpoint while holding the gun, capture 50 flags in Dom while holding the gun, win X many games with the gun, etc.
As a camo challenge, I don't know if I like it for that. It's kind of almost similar to what they ended up doing now with the armory system, at least, where it's like you win games, which is kind of what you said there as the last part. But I mean, I guess I wouldn't be opposed to it. I'm kind of just thinking how other people could ruin that or how toxic that could get. Because the issue there is, like, instead of me having a direct impact on most of the camo challenges where it's like get 50 kills or something like that, or 25 headshots. That's me doing that. When it comes to capping flags, if everyone's trying to do it on your team, then it's going to be very hard to do a lot of those things because your teammates are essentially stealing your challenges from you. So ultimately, probably not actually, but I don't know. I'd have to think about that one a lot more. I don't hate it, but I also don't love it. I think I would just prefer like the kills in the system they have now.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing for me is I don't like forcing players to play game modes. So like 10 minutes on a hard point while holding a gun. I think that's actually a really cool camo challenge, and I love hardpoint. So this would be right up my alley. But there are people who do not like hardpoint at all. And if they had to do this camo challenge for like even all the subs alone only or whatever, that's still like a lot of games of hardpoint that you're just making that person do if they're not hardpoint players. So I think that is kind of out, frankly. But the win X games with that gun, I think that makes sense. And that could be cool. Just like the armory system, yeah. Because then it incentivizes winning and people will care about winning. But that could be too time consuming, maybe. I don't know. I would have to think about it more, but I like the idea of like 10 minutes on the hard point while holding the gun. I just don't like that it forces people to play hard point. Maybe one thing you could do is like 10 minutes interacting with an objective while holding a gun. So then you could play hardpoint or dom or control and then do it. But even then it would have to, you're still forcing people to play something. So you could do that and or some other thing, but then that's weird to code. So I don't know. Yeah. Anyway. Let's see. Oh, this is a good question from Doja. What was the first gun you got a nuke with in 2009 Modern Warfare 2? Wow.
I was playing Modern Warfare 1 in 2009 still, buddy. So none.
Got it.
I probably have 20 hours on Modern Warfare 2. I played COD 4 till like 2012, so.
Got it.
None. 0.
Mine was with the ACR running Scavenger with Claymores on derail, camping that central building.
Little bro never got a nuke. He's lying to you. Nah.
I did. I got one.
Prove it.
That I remember.
Find your old account.
One.
Prove it. Show
I
us your
could.
skill streak on your old account.
Someone buy me an Xbox and I'll sign into my Xbox Live account and I'll show you.
Xbox turn off. Yeah.
Good one.
Shut somebody's Xbox off. They used to work, man.
That's hilarious that it did used to work. I think it probably still would, occasionally
wouldn't it? Work.
Or like
I don't think
Alexa.
so. I think it worked when that setting first came out with whatever Xbox that was, because I think it was on by default or something. I don't know.
Interesting. Those were hilarious, though. I do remember seeing like a TikTok where someone would do that, and then they would like zoom in on like such and such as disconnected, and then they start laughing at them. Yeah.
Have you ever got anyone to do the to successfully fall for the Alt F4?
Probably, but none that I can remember. Although I did get people to fall for my own version of it when I played Star Wars Galaxies, which is an MMO. It's an MMORPG. There's like text chat, and you could do like text commands, right? So one thing I would do, because I fell for it, and then I started doing it to other people, was I would say, hey, if you type / Qui-Gon Jinn in the chat, you will like gain a level or whatever, something like that. And it was Qui-Gon Jinn, so it kind of made sense because it's a Star Wars game. So it was believable enough for gullible people. And what that really did, it was /QUI space other words. But the game would just register /QUI as /Q, which is quit. So it would just Alt F4. It would just exit the game immediately. So I would be like, hey, say /Qui-Gon Jinn, and people would just, I would just see their character disappear and I would laugh. Got him. I did that many times, but yeah, nothing like, I don't know, nothing crazy beyond that. So anyway, all right. Well, while Tanner's gone, I guess I'll answer this one. Raz, you ever thought of writing a book? If so, what genre? Kind of, but writing a book is really hard. And frankly, I don't have something interesting enough to say to write a book. The only thing I could write a book about that might be interesting would have to be fiction. Because I can't write a book on like self-help or something. I'm too young. Or anything else. I don't know enough about anything to write a book on anything except for fiction. And that is, I don't know, not my jam, I guess.
Yeah.
It's very, 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 very hard writing a book, though. Like, way harder than people think, and people already think it's hard. Not that I've written a book, but I did read a Stephen King book about writing books, and he talks about it a lot.
He wrote a book about writing books.
He wrote a book about writing books. Yeah, he got meta with it. It was actually a good little book. It wasn't very long. But, you know, goes into like more details on like how much work that is and for what. That's the thing too, is like, if I wrote a fiction book, you guys think it would do well? Like, no.
Yeah.
And who reads books these days also? That's another thing. Like many, many, many people do not read books. And of the people who do read books, they're mostly reading classics, books that have been really popular for decades now, like Crime and Punishment and stuff like that. So it's like you're not even going to get into those people, and those people do read books. Like the new book reader audience is like wildly small. So you'd have to be very famous, I think, to have that be worth it, you know?
Yeah, it's probably like, it's obviously like satisfying, and that's really difficult writing a book and actually getting it published. But to make money selling them, I mean, that's gotta be incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
One of Sierra's friends just wrote a book, actually. I think she's trying to get it published right now. I don't know. I think it was a fiction book. I'm not positive, though.
Interesting. I'm pretty sure women read books more than men, I should say.
That seems to be the case. Just judging from, like, people I know on Instagram and stuff posting things about reading books, yeah, they're all female.
It does make sense because video games have to compete with books for men's attention. But for women, most women, video games are not in the competition. It's easier for them to read books, I think, because they're less pulled away by some other activity, video games. You know, that would be my explanation or my guess.
Yeah.
Next, Steel Switch. Do you intentionally crack your own back?
Yes, of course.
Obviously.
Did somebody actually vote no to this? I mean, Benji. Ooh. Well, I guess that's different.
Benji might die if he cracks his own back. So
he'll fall apart, I think. Yeah,
he might slip a disc. Yeah, he might slip a disc or sever his spinal cord.
Yes,
but
of course I do, Steel. It's fantastic. I don't do it as much as I used to.
I intentionally crack everything I can. To be clear.
I haven't done that in a long time, actually. Now that I think about it, maybe I don't intentionally crack.
Do a back crack.
Yeah, it's fine.
It feels better to crack your back when you can like spread yourself out versus the twist method. I like
spread me out.
I like the spread method better.
Yeah.
Of cracking the back. It's you like grab your own hips when you're laying down and you like push them forward and you kind of like go up. You like elongate your spine and then you can get cracks that way. Those feel better.
So you're laying on your back when you do that?
Yeah. So you're laying down.
I don't think I've ever done that.
Yeah, it feels different. So like I don't know if you can see.
Sounds.
Probably can't. Can you see me at all?
Yeah, YouTube. I mean, YouTube's delayed like 4 minutes, so just give me like, you know.
Anyway, whatever. Yeah.
No, I can't see you. No, not even close. I don't see a sliver.
I don't know why I thought you can't even see my bed. I don't know why I thought you could see me. We're dumb.
I thought you were just gonna stand up and do it. I wasn't sure.
No, you can't.
Actually, going to lay down. Okay.
You lay on your back and then you put your feet on the ground or your bed or whatever, so your knees are like up, and then you just take your hands and you like stuff them into your to where like your leg meets your torso, and then you just push off and you try to like stretch your own spine. You can get cracks that way.
Never heard of that. I didn't know that was a thing. Never tried it.
Yeah. Have you ever had someone like bear hug you and lift you off the ground and like wiggle you around like a cat?
I hate that feeling. That doesn't feel good at all.
Well, yeah, it's the same principle though, where you like, you know how you're like stretching your spine? Mm-hmm. Same idea.
Okay.
But you don't need another person to manhandle you to do this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay. But yeah, of course, I intentionally crack everything. You're insane if you don't. It actually makes me mad. Like cracking knuckles and stuff. Here's a question. How many people do you think do not crack their knuckles? I would guess like 10% of people.
Don't crack them?
That don't crack them, yeah.
Like on a regular basis? Like numerous times, because I feel like it's the exact opposite.
Really?
Everybody I know
crack your knuckles?
Yes. And everybody has always complained about how much I crack my knuckles. It bugs Sierra half the time. Like she'll get like actually
really?
Like, can you stop? I hate that sound. Nobody I know cracks their knuckles really.
That's weird.
It was like Gabe or somebody used to, but other than that, I can't think of any of my friends that do it on a regular basis. No one in my family does it.
It's so weird. Everyone I know does it. Like at least their knuckles.
Like the exact opposite for me.
How strange. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong then. I wonder what the number is. Yeah, I guess I am waffling. Anyway, let's see. Jax, what keeps you coming back to Call of Duty? Also, what is something that if the devs implement or remove would make you leave forever?
What keeps you coming back to COD? I don't know. Hoping it'll eventually be what I want it to be again. I think this year it actually kind of is, for the first time in a couple of years at least. I mean, Warzone gives you that feeling of wanting to come back. It's multiplayer. It's I mean, I don't think I've launched multiplayer since I finished Interstellar. Not even to try the new. I've still never played Meat. No, I did one time for half a match because I started leveling the RAM, and then I just left because I was so bored of multiplayer. So it's all Warzone, basically. If Warzone didn't exist, I would be 100% done with this franchise. But also maybe not, because if it didn't exist, I wouldn't really know what I was missing out on, so maybe I would still find multiplayer fun.
Mm-hmm. And multiplayer
like
would probably
right now,
be different.
It's Warzone. That's what keeps me coming back. That's the only thing. Playing with friends, again, if I had no one to play with, I would not be playing at all. So playing with friends makes every game more fun, especially this one.
Yeah.
One-shot sniping, that keeps me coming back for
sure. Yeah, that's a good one, yeah.
What's something that would, if the devs implement or remove, make you leave forever? I mean, honestly, it'd have to be something outrageous. I don't even know. Going back to like input matchmaking where you just wouldn't be able to find a match because there aren't enough K-BAM players, that would probably make me leave because I'm not going to sit there look for lobbies all day. But other than that, I mean, it'd have to be something so outrageous that it's not realistic.
If they removed like Warzone, maybe. Yeah, exactly.
If they just decided next year, we're done with Warzone.
But yeah, they would never do that, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that would probably end it. But it'd have to be something pretty outrageous and ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. What keeps me coming back? It's a new game every year, and it's really fun. Even the bad CODs multiplayers, most of the time, it's fun enough to do the camo grind, where I enjoy it a lot, actually. But if I didn't have a podcast about it, would I play every year? I don't know. Maybe, probably not. But maybe I would. It's really hard for me to say. But Warzone definitely keeps me coming back for sure.
Yeah.
Warzone is just super, super fun when it's being handled well, which it currently is, which is really nice.
Yeah.
One thing some people talk about is that the devs should give keyboard and mouse aim assist. That would drive me insane.
I do not want that at all.
Yeah, you should not want that, because if they added it, it would be like, oh, well, you're allowed to play with it off. Well, I'm not. I would have to turn it on to be competitive if they did add the feature. So I would have to use it. And that would really suck. I would really not like to do that. But to be competitive, you'd be forced to. It would be insane. Just like on controller, it's insane to play without aim assist. You need it. So if they added the feature to keyboard and mouse, because other people would turn it on, I would have to. That would... I don't know if it would make me leave forever, but, you know, it would be really, really bad. Yeah. In terms of the most realistic thing I can think of that they might add or remove that would make me really want to leave, that's the thing that came to my mind. Because everything else is just completely out of the realm of possibility. Like removing Warzone or removing camos or, you know, or going to console only, like Xbox only. Like, these are all things that might make me leave. By the way, don't say forever, because they could always do a new game with different things and then add it back or whatever. So nothing would make me leave forever unless it came out that Activision Blizzard was using all of the Call of Duty profits to like fund Al Qaeda or something. Like, then maybe I would be like, okay, this is too crazy. I'm done forever, even if the game is fun. But like, this is, I mean, obviously absurd. So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sorry, Nicole. I don't play Nintendo games, so I don't know anything about any of those games you listed. So
yeah, no.
And neither is Tanner. God, Nicole, you're super old. Best PC game from this list: Oregon Trail. I've only heard of it and seen memes about it. Never played it. Castle Wolfenstein. Never heard of it. Carmen Sandiego. Never heard of it. Minesweeper. Again, like Oregon Trail, seen it, never played it. You're super old. And then 5 is Why Do You Suck So Much? I don't know if that's the game title or you're a commentary on us, but we are way younger than that list. So,
you've never played Minesweeper on a computer?
No.
That's wild.
I'll play Solitaire if I'm that bored. And by the way, if you're playing Minesweeper on PC, you are down cataclysmically. I mean,
I'm not saying I'd play it, but I can't believe you've never once played Minesweeper.
Yeah, no,
before.
I get it. I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying when you did that, you were down catastrophically at that point in your life when you decided to play Minesweeper.
Yeah,
you're
Oregon
at the computer lab.
game.
There's nothing else to do. You play Minesweeper. Anyway.
Yeah. Oregon Trail was a fun one. There were a lot of different versions of it. There were some that were really, really, really old. So I don't even know what the one I played, but it was a very fun game, actually. Yeah, it's a great little game.
Did you die of dysentery?
Yeah, that would happen all the time, or like the screen would just go black and something would come up and be like, "You died." Like I don't really remember, but I remember there was like these water stream crossings, and like the audio was very satisfying. A babbling
brook.
I gotta look up what the actual gameplay looked like because they made so many games. I don't even know which one it was.
I thought it was mostly like text based with like some 8-bit like
those
trash little.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
I played
Drown fording the wagon across the river. Yeah, you know what's interesting? Yes. When I was growing up, people would talk about rivers, and like in history class, they'd be like, "Oh, they all died," or like this war, this like Napoleon tried to cross the Volga and like in his retreat, like 10,000 men drowned in the river or whatever. And I was like, dude, you guys can't swim? Just swim across the river. How stupid do you have to be to think that it's crazy to drown in a river? I had obviously, when I thought that, I'd never seen a river before. But a real river in real life, some of them are like fine, but they're dangerous, dude. And they're like very deep and sometimes very wide. And crossing a river is not a joke. So if you drown fording the wagon across the river in Oregon Trail, that is 100% believable to me now, having seen rivers. And also, 200 years ago or whatever, when they were doing this, or like dying of dysentery and stuff. I like that game exists because it probably taught a lot of people that the Manifest Destiny and the expansion West was giga sketchy to do as like an early American. Outside of dodging Native American tribes who perhaps rightfully want to scalp you and your family. Outside of that, there's also just nature, and wild country America is not a joke, dude. Especially when you don't have maps or you don't know where you're going and you don't know where you are and you're just like trying to figure it out. Like, oh, I'm going to be the first guy in California. And right now I'm in, I don't know, Mississippi or whatever. That's so dangerous. That's so dangerous. But now you like drive on the 10 and you're like, okay, how is this dangerous? It's like, it was wild, uncivilized, like country, super dangerous and scary. And I'm pretty sure I've talked about this, but I'm going to mention it again. I think it's Lewis and Clark in one of their journals. The guy is describing, he's like, dude, I promise you, none of you are going to believe me. And he said this in his own old timey, none of ye will believe me or whatever. I saw a monster in the forest yesterday. It was a monster from hell, from Dante's Seventh Circle. It was a giant dog thing, sort of, but it was not a dog because it weighed 40 times more than a dog. And also it would stand on 2 feet sometimes. And it roared and sounded like a lion, but it's not a lion. It's even bigger than that. And it's a monster in the woods. And like, I'm almost done adventuring now. That's how scary this thing is. He was describing a bear. Just some bear. Can you imagine not knowing bears exist and then seeing one? How crazy would that experience be? I can't wrap my head around it. And it wasn't that long ago. I think it was a Lewis and Clark thing that I'm thinking of. But can you imagine, again, you're crossing west and you've never heard of a bear. You don't know they exist, and then you see one. How scared would you be, dude? That freaks me out. That freaks me out a lot.
Yeah, that would be. It'd be like what is the thing? There's like a reality show. Oh, it's like Finding Bigfoot or something like that. Oh, it'd be like if someone actually ended up finding one of those and they were real.
Yeah.
Like that would be like the modern version of that, basically. You're like, what? How is this thing real? But yeah, that would be scary, seeing a bear for the first time, man. I wouldn't enjoy it. That would be
shocking.
What about a shark swimming in the ocean, seeing a giant shark coming at you?
Yeah. That would be really scary too. Yeah, for sure.
The ocean's an awful, miserable place.
The ocean do be scary. Yeah. There are some TikToks that come up on my feed every once in a while, in between 22-year-olds shaking ass, throwing ass, as the kids say. That's a hilarious phrase, by the way. Throwing ass. You ever heard that phrase before?
I don't think I have.
Dude, it always makes me laugh. They refer to like twerking as like throwing, like she was throwing ass. It's hilarious. Yeah. It's a great phrase. Anyways, between those, every once in a while, I'll get a TikTok and it's always the same song. Many of you have already seen these TikToks and you already know what I'm talking about. It's called like Hoist the Colors High or something. It's like, yo.
Yes. It's that creepy pirate song.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all like scary.
Those too. Yep.
Hoist with a super deep voice. Yeah. It's always that song in the background, always in this genre of TikTok. And it's just clips of like dudes on boats in the North Sea, usually, which is the sea between England and like Norway, that area north of France. And it's just the scariest ocean you've ever seen. Like it's like a cargo freighter boat or whatever. I don't know what they're called, but the waves are like 30 feet tall and they're like barely not capsizing. They're scary, dude. Yeah. And that's to say nothing about what's underneath the waves, which is sharks, whales, giant octopi, and a bunch of other animals no one's ever seen because the ocean's super deep. It's crazy. Yeah. Shout out to the ocean.
Yeah. People that have any sort of job where you go, out in the middle of the ocean, like on a cargo ship type of thing.
Yeah.
That would be scary, man.
Yeah, dude.
That would be scary. It'd be weird being out in the open ocean, obviously not seeing anything around you, but just knowing how many miles you are from anything else. Just anything else, right?
Yep.
Like, I wonder what the most common path is for ships to take, because they have like their routes they take. It's not like they just go wherever they want. I wonder at what point are you furthest from any sort of land?
That like ships actually take? That's a great question.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great question. I bet you someone listening knows the answer. But like a common shipping route where you'd be farthest away, it would probably be from Europe to the States, right? So like if you're going from like Brittany area, I think that's France now. I'm getting my knowledge from CK3, and Brittany is like on the northwestern tip of like Europe, right? So if you're sailing from there to like New York, probably the middle point between those two, you're really far from anything. That would be scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Just knowing like, okay, if something goes wrong here, I'm just 100% dead. There's nothing anyone can do about it. I will die. It's crazy.
It's gotta be. I mean, no, it's gotta be like Japan to the States. But I guess there are little islands out there.
Oh,
so
Japan. Yeah, you might be right, actually. Japan to like California.
But it wouldn't really feel like it because there are small islands out there. And you got Hawaii halfway through. But yeah, that would be the sketchiest one, I think. Or Australia going places.
Oh, Australia going anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, Australia is real isolated.
Yeah, that's a little scary. Another thing Steele just mentioned about pirates. That's super common too. I constantly, because a lot of those videos you're talking about with that music will be pirates coming up on ships. Yeah. That is a very common thing. Just because we don't hear about it often, it is extremely common. But it's not like people die that often from it probably, or it just doesn't make the news. But that happens all the time, dude. Like there was this one that I was watching like 2 days ago. And there were, I'm not kidding, 8 little wooden boats chasing this big ship, and they had their water cannons out because they put like water cannons on these ships and they're shooting at the boats.
Wait, what is a water cannon?
It's just a big. Have you ever been to like Raging Waters and like you can hold those little cannon things that shoot water out?
So it is.
They have those on boats. They have incredibly high pressure, and it's.
Whoa.
I don't know if it's a dual purpose thing, if it's for like firefighting on the ship and for that, or if it's just for pirates, or if it's just technically for firefighting, but they use it for that. I don't know. But a lot of these cargo ships too, they have barbed wire around them. But yeah, it's those super soakers. A lot of them too even hire like, I guess. Literally mercenaries. You've seen clips of those too,
like PMCs
with guns. Yeah,
like Blackwater.
That's a real job that they do.
Yeah,
like obviously not every cargo ship's doing that, but some of them, I don't know what they're carrying that they hire those guys, but that's common too. Because that happens all the time. There are probably pirates trying. Yeah, I mean this happens probably daily in areas, right?
I would imagine. Yeah, it's actually like way more common than a lot of people would think about. I think people know more now because of that Tom Hanks movie.
Yeah.
Like that's where I learned, like, hey, if you're on the Somali coast and you're also in a boat, you should not do that. That's a bad idea. The Somali coast is like the most dangerous place, including the Bermuda Triangle, to be in the ocean on a boat. Because they have pirates, dude. Those Somali pirates. That is not just a movie thing. That's like really common, I guess. So, yeah, that would be scary for sure. Yeah. And they're all like high on like, I forget what it's called, but they like chew
twig.
Something.
That little twig they chew on.
Dude, and it's like some kind of crazy stimulant. Yeah. And they have nothing to lose. Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. That is scary, yeah. I'm not a big ocean guy. Never been a big ocean guy.
Yeah. Being in the middle of the ocean, I wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
I'll swim in it, but...
Yeah, I'll do a boogie board.
Like, cruises sound fun, but I don't know, man.
Dude, I watched a little, like, documentary on this cruise ship from Italy. This Italian guy, and apparently he was like woefully unqualified to be the captain of the ship, but he was anyway. Many of you know what I'm talking about because apparently this is pretty famous when it happened, and it was not that long ago. But anyway, some Italian giant cruise ship, the guy's in charge of it, and the documentary was hilarious because he just makes catastrophic obvious error after catastrophic obvious error.
I think I've watched this documentary.
You might have seen it, yeah. And it's and the documentary is just flaming the captain because he's just so dumb. And then I guess they do like ride, like it's not a drive-by, but they do something like it has its own name, but where they take the cruise ship like pretty close to the coast and then just sail past it like, parallel, obviously, so that everyone can like look at the lights or whatever, and then they continue on their way. And this guy just tries to like Tokyo drift and gets just way too close and then also hits it. And it starts a series of events where everything was salvageable, by the way, but he just didn't want to get in trouble, so he didn't say anything. So then it makes the situation like 1,000 times worse. And now they're like shoveling, like bucketing water out of the ship. They didn't need to be in this situation. If he called for help, everything would have been fine. But of course he didn't because he doesn't want to get in trouble. Now he's in way over his head. And then eventually he does not go down with the ship. He is out and he's like the first guy off the boat. And then eventually the boat, of course, sinks. There is to this day a shipwreck somewhere in the Mediterranean.
I was going to say,
wherever.
I think they started cleaning it up, but it took like 2 or 3 years for the process of them to start dismembering it, basically.
Interesting.
Because I saw some video of it.
Yeah. Anyway, a bunch of people died. It was like 20 people or something died, and it was this giant cruise ship. So these people all trying to vacation. Can you imagine? You're like drunk off of like Busch Lights, and your gut is just full of popcorn shrimp, and you're sunburned, and you're hungover, and you're just trying to go to bed or listen to the concert or watch the magician show. And then the boat just starts capsizing and you have to go like put on a freaking life jacket like an asshole and then get in some little dune like dinghy to try and not die. I would be so mad. Oh, I'd be so mad. Anyway, the captain did in fact get arrested for gross negligence or whatever. He made a lot of mistakes, but it's a funny little documentary.
33 people died.
Yeah, wow.
33 died, 64 injured. Yeah. I wonder if it's still there. So yeah, basically it says they started getting let me find out where it was. Like close to the shore, and they turned off the alarm system for the computer navigation system. I was navigating by sight because I knew those seabeds well. I had done the move 3 or 4 times.
Well,
he told investigators. Yeah, I didn't do very well this time. So yeah, where was this?
It started in Italy, I know that, but I don't know where the incident took place. Yeah. I want to say it was like the Iberia, that area, although I'm not sure. Maybe north of that. But anyway.
It's like on the west side of Italy.
Oh, was it that close? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, off of outside of Tuscany.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
The region of Tuscany.
I think I'm thinking of the cruise's intended route rather than the one they actually took. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, crazy story. But yeah. So you linked it in chat. What's it called if people want to look into this?
The Costa Concordia.
Yeah, this is it. The Costa Concordia disaster.
They did finally remove it. It did take about 3 years though till they did it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just a disaster.
2 or 3 years, yeah.
Which is why they called it a disaster, I guess, yeah. Funny story. I mean, it's sad, obviously, people died, but like all the just dumb mistakes the captain made. And he was like banging some like 22-year-old that was not his wife also, and that was like part of the intrigue. It's a funny documentary, yeah. The guy reminds me of Joey. Like
classic.
Just kind of like carefree.
Oh,
whatever. It'll be yeah, exactly. Like, oh, it'll be fine. Like that kind of personality.
Fine. It's fine.
So, anyway. Yeah. So moving on. Let's see.
Oh no. Whoops.
This is a good one. Steel Switch. Rank these appetizers. Potato skins, fried mozzarella sticks, obviously they're fried. Fried calamari, chips and dip of any type, or boneless wings. And boneless wings.
Yeah. Number one for me has to be chips and queso, a good queso where they do like the chorizo in it. They'll even, some places do like a little salsa on the side, and then you add like a little bit of salsa to that and mix it all up. That's probably my number one. But again, it's got to be at like a good Mexican place with really good queso.
Queso.
Number two, probably calamari. If you get good calamari, that's bomb. Oh, calamari is great. The great little. Like,
what is calamari?
Sauce,
is that like
lemons? I think it's squid and octopus, or is it just squid?
It's something oceany. I know that, but I don't know exactly what calamari
that comes from the
is.
Ocean. Yeah, it's great though. It's fried. It's fried food. Just know that.
Course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fried.
Number three, probably mozzarella sticks. Some like if you go to like an Italian restaurant, they do good mozzarella sticks. I'm not talking about like Chili's or something. I'm talking about like a Italian restaurant where they do like big.
Where they're like a square.
Ones. They're squares. Yeah.
Yeah, like a rectangle. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's up there, and then. I don't ever get wings as an appetizer because most places have really bad wings. I also don't like wet wings most of the time. So if it's like buffalo wings, it's automatically a no. I don't like the taste of buffalo sauce usually. The wings are usually soggy and trash. But that's probably still just before potato skins because I've never once ordered potato skins anywhere.
Potato skins are really good. They're really good.
Yeah.
Because they'll usually make like a little boat, and then you put like, they'll have like cheese, bacon, sour cream. Those are good. Those are good. Yeah. Yeah, I've never had fried calamari, so that'll be last. But number one is very difficult for me. It's either going to be mozzarella sticks or spinach and artichoke dip. Both of which are just exceptional appetizers. I mean, exceptional appetizers. They're so good. I don't know which one I would pick. It actually just depends on what I feel like. I can't. I refuse to pick. So those are top two. Next is potato skins and then boneless wings. And here's why. I love me a good boneless wing, but that's not an appetizer to me. It has so much protein that it feels more like a meal. If I'm eating wings, that's not my appetizer. That's my main course, you know? I don't eat a couple wings as an appetizer and then do something else. I'm thinking something carby as an appetizer. If it's got a lot of protein like boneless wings, it doesn't feel like an appetizer to me. Even though I do like boneless wings a lot. It just doesn't fit in the appetizer category.
Yeah, I'm not sure who decided wings should be an appetizer.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
I guess it makes sense at a pizza place to get protein in. Kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel like an app to me. Yeah.
It's a meal. It's definitely a meal.
It is a meal. Yeah. So, anyway. Let's see. I'm hungry now. Thanks. Okay. Oh boy.
What you thinking?
I don't know. What are you thinking? Why don't you pick the next one? I can't find one.
Okay. Yeah, Steele asked about what animals we've rode. A horse. That's it. None of the other ones. I've been on a horse.
Yeah, I haven't even done that.
Oh, another fighting animal questions. Don't care. Yeah, we're gonna get caught up here pretty quick, buddy. This is an interesting one. We've talked about it a lot. We can answer it quickly. Nicole asks, where would you go looting in a purge scenario? Costco. I would live in the Costco.
Costco
or Sam's Club. Sam's Club, yeah, one of those.
Didn't you say Bass Pro Shop once?
My plan was always Costco, but Bass Pro would be good too because they got dried foods that would last forever. They got the GATs. They got all of it. Yeah.
Does Costco sell straps? Do they have the poles at Costco?
I don't think they got. No, I don't think.
Yeah, so that's why I'm thinking Walmart, because at Walmart you can get everything you can get at Costco. Well, no, you can't. But
can't.
You can get a bunch of food at Walmart. It won't be as good as the Costco food. So you'll be a little less happy every time you eat, but you'll be a little happier because you'll have that thing on you. Because they do in fact sell Armalite 15 rifles at Walmart. Yes, they
still do
in
that?
fact do.
I thought they stopped selling them.
Oh, maybe they did. Okay.
I thought they did a couple
that's
years
possible.
ago. Or maybe that's
but I know
just...
at one point they sold Armalite 15 rifles at Walmart.
I want to say they stopped.
So you could go grab dinner and also a strap and then just walk out. Because God bless the United States of America, obviously.
Yeah,
so that's why I'm thinking,
Walmart's-
obviously, a purge scenario. I want to keep that thing on me, and I want to eat also. So Walmart would be good. Only shotguns and bolties now? Hey, then in that case, I'm definitely still going Walmart. Because if you want to give me a nice little pump, a nice little Mossberg, yeah, okay. Give me a couple shells. Just load them into that Mossberg. Purge me, buddy. I'll be eating whatever they have at Walmart. Doritos and shotgun shells, dude. I'll be ready.
Yeah. So as of 2015, they ended the sale of like most sporting rifles, like ARs. And stuff.
Okay. Got it.
They also do not sell handguns except in Alaska, where we feel we should continue to offer them to our customers.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so I think they still sell ammo too in a lot of states, but in California they don't sell any of that anymore. But it's funny,
of course not.
Even just when we were younger, I remember going to Walmart and looking at the guns and ammo. But yeah, we don't have that anymore here.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. If they still sell shotguns, then I would say Walmart for sure. Yeah. Get that. Yeah. Get the pole. Have the pole with me. Have some snacks. I'm ready. Walmart sells everything, dude. There's also like blankets. There's boxers for when I shit my pants because I'm so scared because we're in a purge scenario. I'll have a nice clean change of clothing.
Little bro scared
beds.
of the purge. Nah.
They have everything, dude. None of it's great, but they have everything. Hey, I can't go to Target and get a pump action shotgun, right? So I gotta go to Walmart. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's just because Walmart's a true American brand. So anyway.
Yeah.
Shout out to Walmart.
What are we at, by the way?
We're at almost done.
Yeah, because I'm just about done. What's the time?
1:17.
We'll do like one more. I'm done. Yeah, we're done.
You're tapping out. Yeah.
Let's take a little peek here. Where was I?
Take a little peek.
Yeah, I don't know if we're having it. We may already be done, buddy.
I like this one from Steel Switch. If you could command any one species of animal to do your bidding at any time, as many times as you want, what would you choose? I think there are a lot of interesting answers here.
I think you could do a lot of different animals. Yeah.
It's like part of me wants to say dog since I have dogs, right? So if I could actually command my dogs to do stuff and they'd listen, that would be really handy. So I could say, hey, Kai, never bark again in your life or run straight into traffic if you do. That would be a command I would give my dog, right? That would be kind of nice. Yeah. Or like, hey, I'm letting you out. You're going to pee and poop if you need to. And then you're coming back in and we're done until I wake up. That's a command. Go. Right? That would be really convenient because I have dogs. But they're going to die someday, hopefully before I do. And then I'm done with dogs, by the way. I'm super done. I'm over it.
You're not.
I did the one experience. Yeah, my mom's not, but I am. Anyways, could I think of a better example? Man. I mean, one thing I'm thinking of is whatever the fish is that carries caviar. What are those, sturgeons?
Why?
I would command all of them to say, I'd say, hey, go get pregnant and then swim on over to me. And then I'm going to take your caviar.
Make a bit of cash.
And make a lot of cash. Yeah.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
Like just corner the caviar market. That's another interesting one.
Corner the caviar market. That always works.
That sounds
What
like a lot
about
of work,
bluefin tuna too? You could do something similar with big tuna.
Yeah.
Big, massive,
right.
large tuna.
Or sharks. I could
Pretty
open an
big tuna.
illegal shark fin soup restaurant, and I could command sharks, hey, swim over here and stay still while I just defin you, drown, and then make a lot of money. I don't think so.
You'd have to be based out of Japan or wherever. Where do they do that in Japan?
Right. They don't respect wildlife very much in Japan. Yeah, that's
so
true.
it's I'm kind of my.
They're still harpooning whales for lamp oil, probably. Yeah.
So. Like your immediate thought was my dog's not barking. Mine was immediately how can I control animals to take care of my ops for me. So it's interesting.
Yeah,
you
to handle your ops. Yeah,
because I
figured
it'd be. I mean, without a doubt, handle some ops. Yeah.
Birds
would be good. That was one I was thinking of though, Jake. A big group of birds. They could do a lot of damage. Kamikaze.
If you could command like every falcon on Earth, you could just assassinate your ops with wildlife.
Yeah.
No problem.
Ops would be put down. Yeah.
Yeah. Or like big cats. Yeah, there's a lot of animals you could handle your ops with.
Cute and you could say, "Cuddle with me now." And
dude,
it's a bobcat,
true. You could domesticate crazy animals. So you could be like, "All right, I'm gonna have a tiger." My answer is tigers. So you'll have a tiger, and you could be like, "Hey, come here! Don't eat my family or me." That's like your command. But also, go handle this op I have, and they'll do a great job, probably. Yeah. That would be a good one, too. You could domesticate all kinds of crazy animals. Yeah. Wow.
That's cool, man.
That would be cool. I feel like there's a really good answer. Like, what about bees? And you could have, like, the craziest beehive honey situation on Earth. Like, maybe that would... I feel like there's an answer like that where we are leaving so much on the table. I just can't think of what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. There are so many animals you can use for different scenarios, though. I feel like there's almost not a bad answer for this. You can use them all for something.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Anyway.
Gamble.
Yeah, that's it. So let's see. Let's do a pin.
Do a little pinny, yeah. Pin me.
Okay, well. Yeah, that's it. We will be back next week, boys and girls. We will post our schedule like normal on Monday on our Twitter at the Dropshot Pod. Give us a follow. You can join the Discord. Our schedule's there as well. Or subscribe to the YouTube, and we have our schedule there as well. All of which goes out every Monday, with very few exceptions, unless it's the Lord's Day. Jesus' birthday, Christmas, which is when we didn't do it this week.
Gamble, yeah.
So yeah, we'll be back next week. COD devs will be back soon too. So by the next episode, there should be more to talk about. And then we're ramping up for season 1 Reloaded, baby, which is going to be fun and exciting. So thank you all for watching and listening. And indeed, in fact, stay humble.
Stay humble.